activate your phone. You can't turn your phone while recording. Yep. Hi guys, it's Michelle Jones. Yes, and we're live. Can you just see if I'm upside down? We're just checking if this one works because sometimes it works when we have it horizontal, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, we're here right now. Well, I'm here right now because there's a lot of chaos happening, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of questions being asked, and yeah, just people are a bit confused what to do. So we're here in Indonesia right now, and Adam and I were just watching the news earlier this morning, where it said that Qantas is actually stopping flights back to Australia. International flights, sorry, I should say, rewind that. Qantas is canceling all its international flights, meaning if we wanted to go back to Australia, we need to try and find other airlines, I guess.
After the 31st of March.
After the 31st of March, yes, that's right. So what does that mean? I guess it doesn't really change much for people who know exactly what they want to do. I mean, if you wanted to go back home, you would have started packing, and that's definitely something that we've been thinking about doing. Hey Kiru, how are you? Oh, you're another one that's living away from home. Am I straight? Am I upside down?
Sideways.
Oh, so am I sideways? So you can't see me straight when you're watching me? Oh no, so can you guys
Fine. They can turn it on the side.
can you guys let me know if I'm upside down, I'm sideways, I'm what? Let me know. Am I this way? Am I straight? I'm hoping that everyone sees me the right way. But yeah, so anyway, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about, you know, what the decisions are that people have to make, especially those living overseas for work. And that's why we're here in Indonesia. We're here because my husband's with the Australian Embassy, and yeah, we're right now needing to make decisions of whether we're staying or we're not, especially with Qantas canceling its flight at the end of this month, and other decisions that have to be made. We also have a daughter who's graduating. It's her final year, so getting out of here means perhaps not being able to get back in time for if school does start as planned on the 1st of April. You know, what is it going to mean about their mock exams, their IBs, their graduation? There's so much going on, not just with us, but with everyone else around us. No one's complaining. No one's saying they can't see me straight. So I'm assuming I'm good. I would appreciate if you guys, yep, clicking wave. Am I sideways? Am I good? What is going on? Yep, so thoughts. I think right now, and I said this to a friend of mine yesterday, no matter where you are in the world, suggestions are still that if you're not too sick, stay home. If you are able to not be in crowded places, don't. Avoid crowded places. Wash your hands, don't touch your face, have a safe distance between other people and yourself. And again, no matter where you live and no matter where you move, those protocols are still the same. Those recommendations are still the same. It doesn't change. So what does change? What changes is if you're worried about getting sick and you're in a country where you don't trust the health system, then and you're the type to actually wanting to make sure that the hospitals are going to be available for you, then maybe staying where you are would impact your decision, or flying would impact your decision. So if I was telling a friend of mine, in our case, we don't really rush to the hospital when something happens. We do go to our doctor, we do have ourselves checked, and if we really have to, yes, definitely we'll go to hospitals. But remember, in this case, if it's just corona that you're worried about, remember in this case, the hospitals can't help you until the situation is quite difficult where you can't breathe and they have to help you with your breathing. If it's just about boosting your immune system, it's about them sending you home, putting you in quarantine, telling you to take care of yourself, eat healthy, wash your hands, drink lots of water, boost your immune system. So those protocols don't change. Another thing I said to my friend is, my house is like a clinic. I got my herbs, I got my extracts, I've got my vitamins, and I've got the stuff that I need for my family to stay healthy. And you know, those are the things that you have to take into account. If again, wherever you are, there will be an alternative that you can get. So behind me, I actually have some of the vitamin C's that we have here in our house, and I want to go through them with you. Again, I don't know if any of these things are working. I've never really had a mic this close. It's just that we've got the dryer running, we've got the washing machine running, and no one said I am sideways, so I'm assuming I am good. Hey, Auntie Monica. Hey, Monica Tam. Hey, Abdul. Hey, Marie. Hey, Kiru. I think I saw Dawn earlier. Hi. Okay, so let me just show you exactly what I have here. I have to say, this one's one of my favorites. I love the powder versions of vitamin C. I shared in an email to my patients yesterday that in a study published in the National Institute of Health journal, they did a study on people with the flu and with respiratory issues, and they found that people that took high doses of vitamin C actually had an 85% of them had decreased symptoms from what they started off with, and had better recovery rates. So in our family, we've always trusted vitamin C. We've always used vitamin C. In my protocol, in my personal protocol, when I had my Crohn's, when I was treating myself for Crohn's disease, I was on 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C. There was this doctor recently that have said that 20,000 milligram vitamin C was ingested by this family on a daily basis in Wuhan to avoid the virus from affecting them, and it hasn't affected them. Would I recommend 20,000? I don't really recommend 20,000. I usually recommend 10,000, and I always say, see what your body can take. We all have different levels of vitamin C that our body can take and that our body needs. So those are the two important things. If your body needs it, it'll keep taking it, it'll keep taking more. If it doesn't need it, it's gonna get rid of it, and that's the best part. Vitamin C that you've taken too much of, you eliminate from your system through your bowels. So you get diarrhea when you've had too much vitamin C. So in my family, for example, I've got 2 teenage kids, and we give them about 2,000 milligrams vitamin C every hour until they've reached 10,000 milligrams. But we observe, as soon as they hit their point where they get diarrhea, we stop. So if that's 6,000 milligrams or 8,000 milligrams, and the next time you remember that, and that's their dose. And again, it may be different on the other days, and you just keep observing. Because the idea is not to be afraid of the diarrhea. The idea is to know how much your body can take of vitamin C so that you can support your system. So you can support your body, so you can boost your immune system. So that's the whole idea. And that's why I like the powders. When you're taking the powder, you're taking, for example, half a quarter teaspoon, half a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon. So depending on the dosage of what you're taking, it could mean 1 teaspoon, you've already gotten the dose that you need, or in other cases, it'll be a tablespoon. Again, depending on the dosage of the vitamin C in the powder that you're drinking. Now, not every place has got this powdered version vitamin C. The powdered versions I like because most of them have the ascorbate forms of vitamin C. So ascorbate forms would be calcium ascorbate, sodium ascorbate, and those versions of vitamin C are less harmful for the gut. So when you're taking higher doses of vitamin C, what that means is you don't get gastro issues when you're taking your vitamin C on an empty stomach. If you're taking ascorbic acid, then the chances of you getting issues are higher. Hey, Tita Nori. Hey, Jeannie. Hey, Anki, apa kabar? Hey, Anki, so I saw one thing here. So anyway, let me show you, because I've just seen a friend of mine who's here in Indonesia. These are the other vitamin C's that I have. So I'm gonna see if I can pull this. Again, there's drilling happening, so I'm hoping you're not getting distracted by that. This is something that we got from Thompson's in Australia. It's 1,000 milligrams in its chewable version. It's good for kids. When the kids don't like the liquid or the powder versions, this is actually sweeter than the others. I personally don't like it because I don't like sweet stuff, but Adam likes it and the kids like it. Again, as I said, it's supposed to be for kids, but Adam likes it. It's 1,000 milligrams vitamin C. So when it comes to children, it's easier because, as I said, with my teenagers, it's 2,000 milligrams every hour until they reach the 10,000 milligrams that they need, or until they reach their body's tolerance for it. And when it's for younger children, I would say 1,000 milligrams, perhaps every couple of hours. And for Eloise, who's 6 years old in Australia, we have her on so much less. So we're looking at maybe a quarter of this one, 3 to 4 times a day. And again, the reason for that is the smaller the bodies, the less they need, and the more sensitive they are to some of the supplements that the adults are taking. And again, they need less. That's the idea. They need less. We have, this is one of the vitamin C's that Adam bought during his travels when he ran out of vitamin C. It's only 500 milligrams. So as you can see, we still have quite a bit of it because it's the last choice. It's the last thing that we actually grab in our cupboard. We would rather have like the stronger versions. So this one is always what we run out of. We've had a few other brands that we use that we mostly get from Australia. And again, it's because they're the powder versions. Okay, so we've got this. And then I was going around the shops. I went to Hero yesterday here in Indonesia, and this is the one. I think my camera's turned the other way. So this is CDR. And I'm looking at it, and it's a calcium version. So if I'm not mistaken, it would be the ascorbate forms. And it's 1,000 milligrams. So it's 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, which means that you need to take less. There are other vitamin C's that we found. One is, I think it's an ester C vitamin C. In the US, ester C's are 1,000 milligrams. Over here, the ester C is like 500 milligrams. So this one's a higher dose of vitamin C if you guys are looking for vitamin C over here. This one's got 2 of the vials. So 2 of these. So you have more for you. The SSC only has got 1 for the same price. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, I was in the shops yesterday and I shared this on the email. By the way, if you want an email of the protocols and the recommendations I've got, just send me a message at the end of this live video and I'll send you off the email that I'm giving my patients and my clients. So I was in the aisle and the checkout counter, and I had this woman who had like 10 different vitamins and supplements in her cart, and different dosages of vitamin C. So I looked at her and I said, oh, you know, if you're looking at vitamin C, you might want to opt for the other brand. And she said she had all the different brands and she just wanted to stock up on all the different brands. And the idea is, if it wasn't enough, she would just double up. Now, I think a lot of people have that kind of mentality where they're not sure what they need to do, so they'd rather have everything than nothing. And I need you to take a step back and look at yourself and imagine yourself in a movie and ask yourself, you know, am I doing the right thing? Am I making the right decisions? Or am I making fear make the decisions for me? Making a decision and buying all sorts of stuff, you end up spending too much money for all the wrong things. You know, the same thing with all this panic buying and storing toilet papers and what have you. You need to look at this wisely. You need to calm down and think, what is it that you really need? If you're needing high dose vitamin C's, then get the high dose vitamin C's. Don't get all the other crap. If you're wanting to make sure that they work, then make sure that they're good brands. You have to remember that some companies will take advantage of this chaos that's happening and will also start making available more of their stuff that's actually not any good. We have a lot of those in the markets, unfortunately. So make sure you've got the right stuff and you're taking the right dose. So I'm just gonna have a sip. My coffee's getting cold. So again, in our family, we're using the powdered version. If we're traveling, or like with my husband's case, he's gonna be back at work, and in some people's cases who are in sales, you do a lot of traveling. If that's the case, then have the tablet version or have the effervescent ones, because it's easier, it's more convenient, but make sure you have enough. Again, the dosages have to be high if you're trying to boost your immune system. The dosages have to be high if your body is fighting an infection. You don't have to be extremely sick to take vitamin C. When an infection sets in, remember, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have the symptoms for that infection as well. There are a lot of people that are asymptomatic. They're positive for the virus, but they're asymptomatic. So that happens because your body is able to fight it and prevent it from debilitating you. And in that case, you'll probably see that your requirements for the vitamins are higher. Now, I will have another video probably tomorrow on how I create my herbs. I've got different herbal extracts here. I have dried leaves as well. So if you've got your vegetable patch at home, you've got your herb patch, or you have dried organic leaves, you might want to watch that video, because I'll share with you how you can actually turn them into herbal extracts for you and your family so that you can treat them from home. When there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of these things all of a sudden disappear from the shelves or they become more expensive. Knowing that it's actually not that difficult to prepare your remedies from home is really important. So join me for that one tomorrow. Share this video with your friends so they can join if they've got those. Now, other stuff. Oh, this is another one, and I've spoken a lot about this. I love wild oregano oil. If you have this in your shops, make sure you stock up on this one. Again, don't overdo it. One bottle goes a long, long way. You only use this by the drops, and depending on how old you are and your children are, will depend on how many drops you put in your drinks. And this is what we use in our family as our natural antibiotic, natural antiviral remedy. It's an amazing herb, and I love using it. If you've got a herb patch and you've got oregano, then I can tell you how to use those oreganos again as your natural antibiotic. Hey Debbie, how are you? Hey Marianne. Hi Ate Myra. Hey Clifford, kamusta na? Hey Anna. So again, those are the things that we have. Simple stuff. You open my fridge, I've got a lot of herbs, a lot of supplements in my fridge. But the basic in this house, when there's a virus that we're trying to fight, or the kids are a bit run down, or we have a bit of the sniffles, it's vitamin C. Vitamin C and wild oregano are the first things that we actually pick up in this household. If you've watched my videos before, we've got our B complex, love B complex, love our fish oil. Always have echinacea. Astragalus is another one. It's a good herb, and it's specifically for bigger people. So my husband loves astragalus. Andographis is another good herb. So again, the herbs, I'll go more into them tomorrow. Now, aside from the vitamins, we're told to disinfect. There are places where you can buy alcohol. When I lived in the Philippines, you can buy alcohol anywhere, like 70% alcohol, 60% rubbing alcohol. Have those in your house, put them in sprayer bottles, spray them around the house, spray them in everything that other people touch. If you've got cleaners at home, those are disinfectants that will be great. If you don't have those and you have the Kangen machine like I do, one thing to start storing are the 2.5 pH water. If you haven't been getting that, you've been trying to save up on the solution, now's not a good time to be doing the saving. Now's a good time to actually be doing the preventive. So have these bottles. So usually I put my 11.5 pH here, and I put my 2.5 pH here. So for those of you that don't own a Kangen machine, let me turn this around and show you my machine. Oops. That's my machine over there. And if I can't. I can't turn it around too much. So this machine allows you to choose what pH water you're going to be drinking. And when you choose this one here, you hear it says strong acidic water. What basically that means is that the water that comes out of this nozzle here is 2.5 pH, and what comes out on the top is 11.5 pH. Now the 2.5 pH is the same pH as bleach. When you have a Kangen machine at home, then you have access to bleach quality water that's actually not harmful for you or for your skin or anything else. So we use that, put it in that container so you don't constantly have to refill small bottles. From that container, I put it in the smaller containers, and each member of the family has one. They use this to spray their hands, spray their desks, spray the area that they're touching or that other people have touched to avoid infections, to kill bacteria. This kills 99.5 or 99.9% bacteria. It kills E. coli, kills salmonella. So it's an amazing antibacterial water to just have around the house. So, you know, the fridge doors, you gotta wipe those. You gotta wipe the benches, the sinks, because those are the parts where infection and bacteria actually accumulates. 2.5 pH is hypochlorous acid with salt. Very effective sanitizing. Exactly, it is very good. And Debbie, I think the most important thing here is when you have this, you don't have to buy other stuff. You know, right now people are panicking on buying hand sanitizers and all that. We don't need to worry about that. We've got this. When you're drinking water with the Enagic, you know that it's filtered, it's high alkaline. High alkaline water also prevents inflammation, prevents infection, gives you better health. So there are a lot of pluses having this machine, and a lot of pluses having the 2.5 pH to just protect your family. So if you don't have that, what else do you have at home? Look at what you've got. You've got clean water, and you've got vodka. You can use vodka as a base for a lot of sprays. Use vodka and put some essential oils. Put peppermint, put tea tree, put antiviral, antibacterial essential oils in those. Add your clean water and use that to spray your surroundings. That's also a good way of doing it. What else do I have here? Yeah, so now's not really the time to try and store everything. Now's the time to stop and think, what do I really need to protect my family? How much of it do I really need? You know, a lot of these things go a long, long way. Even our liquid that we use for the Kangen machine to create a strong acid, we don't need a lot of that to last us if we know how to use it. And that's why I've said store it in larger containers. Those large containers, the water and strong pH levels will last about 4 to 6 days, depending on how you store them. That's why we've got the dark containers. Put them in the fridge to make them last longer. And from those containers, that's what you use to put in your smaller bottles. Now, the same way when you have your essential oils, look, let's not panic buy. Let's try and use and extend the life of what we've got. The reason for using clean water for your sprays rather than tap water will make that sprayer go off faster. If you have clean water, filtered water, even distilled water, I guess, that would be a better option than tap. Tap water has a lot of gunk in it, so if you're trying to disinfect, that's probably not the first place to start. in terms of vitamins, if you want more information about vitamins and minerals, you can go to my site. It's just www.michelletjones.com/dreamteam. It's a membership site that I have where we go through a protocol of how you should be eating, what foods are good, what vitamins are good, how do you create your herbal remedies, your first aid kits, and what have you. So if you want to hear more of me, you want to be able to follow the protocols properly, that's a good place to start. Otherwise, just stay tuned, keep watching. I think if you've got something to share, now's a really good time to share it. And that's what I feel, and that's what I'm trying to do. A lot of the stuff that I have in my head, I've usually shared in consultations, and right now in that membership site, try and share a bit more live with you, because everyone is looking for information. They don't know where to look, they don't know where to go. And if that's you, just relax and message us. We'll help you out, and just listen out to the next videos. Again, let's go back to basics. Eat healthy, choose organic, wash your veggies. Kangen machine, we soak our veggies in 11.5 or 9.5 depending on where we buy them and how much pesticides we want to get rid of it. Right now, with all of this, spraying all your veggies with 2.5 pH is a great thing to do because it disinfects it. If you don't have that, then you wash your veggies and fruit with clean water and vinegar. Again, that also disinfects your veggies. Hey Aziza, how are you? Hey Walter, kamusta na? Hey Jules, how are you? Okay, so we have to just be mindful of what we're doing, what we're feeding our family, and what we have in our homes. And if you travel outside, if you go to work, if you go to your offices, make sure that you're not in very close proximity with people, and watch out for people who are sick. In my home, I'm one of those lucky ones that actually have staff. They're not allowed here even if they have the sniffles, and this has happened. This is something that we've had as a rule in our home even before Corona. So it's always family first. My family's health is number one, and you always have to think that way. What are your protocols? What are you gonna do? Corona isn't the first one. It's not gonna be the last virus that's gonna cause a pandemic in this world of ours. There's gonna be a lot more, and there were a lot more before. There was SARS, there was HIV at one point. It was like the scariest thing, so as we learn more and more how to actually protect ourselves from all those things, we realize, they're not that scary if you do the right thing. Corona's the same thing. So again, if you're so worried about hospitals and about availability where you are, and you don't have stuff available where you are, then maybe the best thing is to hop on a plane and go back home. But again, even on the plane, you need to make sure you protect yourselves. In Australia, as soon as you get back home, you need a 14-day quarantine. You actually quarantine yourself. You stay away from others. In case you're carrying the virus, you protect others from you. And if you have what you need where you are, the best thing to do might be to just stay put. Remember, the planes are more crowded. You can't exactly say, okay, stay away from me, the person in the next seat, right? When you're in a queue going into the plane, you can't exactly push people away and say, don't stand beside me. So if it's not necessary, if you're not panicked, if you have the resources that you need where you are, stay put. That's the safer place to be in. And again, just take the right stuff. Eat well, drink a lot of water, flush out all the bugs in your system with water, have your vitamins, and have your herbs, have your teas. And I'll have a video on herbs tomorrow and teas the next day, or maybe the other way around. But stay tuned, and we'll help you just understand what simple stuff you can do from home to protect yourself. And if you want, again, a copy of the email where I send protocols to my patients and my clients, send me an email back. For those of you that are watching here that don't know who I am, I'm Michelle Jones. I'm an Australian naturopath and Western herbalist and nutritionist. So I've been in practice since 2018, and have helped different peoples from different parts of the world. Oh, sorry, 2008, not 2018. 2008, and I've been helping people from different parts of the world. If you've got any questions, if you've got any concerns, let me know. Hey Jules, a lot of stuff's happening in Canada, in the US, and in Australia, and yeah, protocols are great, and it's great to, you know, we have those in place. Hey Walter, kamusta na ang Manila? I heard Manila's on lockdown, or is that, yeah, that's right, it's Manila. San Francisco's on lockdown, so if you're in a city that's on lockdown, you're not the only ones. I think that's the most important thing to remember. Don't panic, you're not the only ones. This is something that's put in place to keep everyone else safe. That's the whole idea, just keeping everyone else safe. If you have that frame of mind, you're not gonna panic. And if again, you think that it's not like an apocalypse, it's not the end of the world, as long as you know how to protect yourself and your family, you'll be okay. All right, I hope this worked. I don't know if it masked all the other sounds around my home, and again, I hope I'm not sideways in your cameras. Do leave me a comment, because no one said anything, so I'm hoping everything's good. And hey Ate Owie. Okay, I think I've said hello to everyone. And again, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you're protecting your family, keeping them safe, what your own protocols are in your home. And yeah, and if are your kids homeschooled? I've got kids here, homeschooled. So it's a difficult time for everyone. We just have to be a bit more patient with ourselves as we create our own protocols if there's none in place. I have protocols for health in my family, none for homeschooling children for long periods of time. So that's something that we're trying to put in place. So again, you're not the only one. The rest of the world is going through this, and it's not the end of the world. As long as you calm down, think, take on all the information, all the right information, and put them in practice. Have a great day, everyone. I hope that helped.